Anal Lovers 24-pack, books 49 to 72. First time anal virgin, older, younger, age gap, rough sex erotica. Written by Kimmy Welsh. Narrated by Talula Rouge.
My anal vibrator was no match for his length. Anal Lovers 49. I got my anal toy on the quiet after hearing a comedian I like talking about ass play on her podcast. She'd said it was incredible, but she'd never have thought it would be. I mean, that's not what asses are for, is it? But it was a revelation to me to hear that putting something up there could be pleasurable. I hadn't even told my friends about it for fear of mockery. Usually we were quite close, but this was one thing I didn't want anyone else to know about. It just wasn't worth the risk. When it first arrived, I felt dirty using it, especially with Mr. and Mrs. Clark in the house. They're the people I rent a room from. I've taken to waiting for them to go to sleep before I try it out. The first time I switched it on, I'd tightened up at the quick whirring sound that it made. I wondered if it could permeate the walls, but Mr. and Mrs. Clark's bedroom was down the hall, and the hum from the machine was low. I discovered, too, that the hum got even lower when it went inside me. To begin with, I was coy. I teased the toy around my tight, forbidden muscle, focusing on the little thrills that it gave me when it danced over the sensitive nerve endings. It really sent a thrill through me, but on that first time, I didn't penetrate myself. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I just enjoyed how it felt there. It was more than enough of a stimulus to make me come, although I had to use my other hand on my pussy to get me there. The climax was huge. I'd never had one like it before in my life. It was like I'd been eating a sundae without the cherry on top until that fateful night. I was instantly smitten by the notion of anal play, and there was no looking back from there on out. The toy became my go-to. I kept it in the drawer beside my bed and called on it regularly, using it to get me over the edge and release the tension after a hard day. Eventually, I started pushing it inside myself, discovering quickly that it worked way better with lube. As a ruse, I told Mr. and Mrs. Clark I'd prefer to use coconut oil now because it was healthier, but secretly I was smothering my little anal bullet in the stuff and using it to ease the passing through my tight asshole. Fuck, that's when my world changed. Having that quivering, rubbery length slipping through my hole was a whole different level. If playing around the outside of my ass was the cherry on the sundae, then fucking my ass was like getting the whole sundae for free. It just felt incredible, and if you've never done it, it's tough to tell you how it feels. You just have to try it, trust me, but make sure you're warmed up first. This was something I found out to my cost, although being totally honest, that's not the most shocking thing about this story. I'm kind of embarrassed to talk about it, but writing it down makes it way easier. I can hide behind a pen name and pretend like it's someone else telling the story. I guess it makes it easier to cope with, and my therapist has said that I should write things down sometimes to process them. So here it goes. It was late on a Friday, and I mean like real late, so late that it's actually early. I'd woken up somewhere around 4 in the morning after having a sex dream, and the first thing I thought to do was reach for my anal toy. I was like Pavlov's dog. Whenever my pussy started salivating, I went for my little vibrating bundle of joy for satisfaction and set about delivering an orgasm, only this time I was a little too loud. The first I knew about it was seeing Mr. Clark in the half-light, looking into my room from the door. I hadn't heard him knock.
"Francesca,"
he hissed, and I startled and turned the toy off.
"What are you doing?"
I could see him squinting at me, his big, powerful frame looming near the door. I tried to stay still.
"Francesca,"
he whispered louder,
"were you playing with yourself?"
"No," I answered, and I wished I'd have pretended to be
Sample complete. Ready to continue?